don't know, Sheepy. I just have so much roving. I can't figure out, should I needle felt it? Should I spin some yarn? Should I just make a new bed out of it? I don't know. Hi friends, welcome to How To Tuesday. Just having a conversation with my good friend Sheepy over here. And we were talking about this entire basket of wool roving that I have. And Sheepy had a really great suggestion. Sheepy suggested that I felt it. Now, a lot of you might know needle felting, which is something that we use to decorate and embellish all kinds of things. But traditionally, felting is just a way of making wool into a nice sturdy piece of fabric. So I'm going to show you the traditional method of felting with your hands today. Now, this particular technique is called wet felting. So guess what you're going to need for this? You guessed it, water. So you'll need a bowl of warm, soapy water. It doesn't have to be all full of bubbles like if you're taking a bath, but just enough so that you get a little bit of bubble on top. You'll need bits of wool. This has to be 100% wool. So that means it can't have any other kinds of materials like cotton or nylon in it. You'll also need a paper towel. I've covered a plate with a paper towel, and that's just so that our wet pieces will start to dry out as soon as we're done. And if you have a friend that you'd like to help, please feel free to have them join you. Sheepy, as always, is an excellent companion. So, to start your wet felting, you take a piece of wool, just like this, and you're going to dip it into your water and soap. Here comes the fun part. You take it, put it in the palm of your hand, and you just start to roll it. You can make different things like beads or marbles. You can do three-dimensional pieces once you've done a lot of rolled pieces together. And if you notice, my wool has kind of changed shape, and now it's going to start to turn into a ball the more I roll it in between my hands, and then just kind of shape it like that. So that's a teeny tiny one. We can put that there to dry. If you take a larger piece of wool, then you'll get a larger felted ball. So let's do a bigger one now so you can see what that looks like. We dip it in our warm soapy water and we start to roll. What makes your wool felt is the friction of your hands and your wool rubbing together. Now let's take a peek at this. See that? So it's starting to felt itself. The more you do it and the more you rub and the faster you rub, the faster you'll get yourself a nice felted piece. And now you can see what completely felted wool looks like. So the wet felting technique is different than what you might be used to with the needles in that you use only your hands and a little bit of soapy water. So this can give you different shapes if you're really working hard trying to make it into cubes. We just do circles because it's much easier. You can mix up different colors and get a multicolored piece, or you can just stick with one color and mix those colors all together. Now, one warning. Whatever you do not let a sheep wet felt. That is what happens if you do. Oh, Sheepy, what are we going to do with you? Join us next week, friends, for a new edition of How To Tuesday.